Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with another DIY upcycle video for you. Today I'm going to be upcycling an old chair. This is a really exciting video because it's in collaboration with one of my favourite YouTubers, Dainty Diaries. If you don't already watch Dainty's videos, her name's actually Catherine, but I like to call her Dainty, then you are definitely missing out. She lives in a beautiful cottage. She's got an amazing cat called Blondie, who you will absolutely love, and she's just loads of fun, but all of her DIYs are brilliant as well, so you'll really like those. She's also really good with a sewing machine, which is something that I'm not, so if you're interested in that kind of thing as well, definitely pop over there and have a look at her videos, invest some time there because you will not regret it. And she's also going to be upcycling an old chair essentially, or a broken chair. So we're just going to see what we can come up with our old chairs essentially. Oh, I forgot to say she's from Ireland as well. So when Catherine came over to London last summer, we met up and we went for a little drink and she taught me how to drink Guinness, which was a lot of fun. And now I feel like I know how to drink Guinness like a pro. So I'll link Dainty's video down below as well, so you can go and see how she got on with her broken chair. I've got something in mind for mine, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about it, so I'm just going to take you along for the ride and we'll see how we get on. It should be lots of fun. So if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe. I'm posting new videos every single week. If you've come over from Dainty's channel, thank you so much for popping over. It's great to have you here and I hope you like what I come up with. Let's start by showing you the chair. So this has been up in my loft. This is actually something that I salvaged from a skip. It's quite fancy looking, isn't it? But it is broken. I've had to put a little screw in the back here where it was sort of coming apart a bit, and it has broken in a few places, like the top here. So it's a bit worse for wear, but I couldn't bear to part with it. So it has just been sitting up in the loft, getting very dusty. So yeah, we're gonna give it a bit of a makeover today. I find quite a lot of things in skips. If you're interested in that, I will link a video down below for you that is all the things that I've salvaged around my home. So it's a bit of a house tour and a look at all the things that have kind of come from skips or things that people have thrown out and I've given a new home to. Right, you old chair. Okay, first of all, I'm going to remove all of the seat section essentially. So I'm going to remove all of the fabric and all of the padding and see what we're left with. I've sat down too long and I've got cramp. So I've taken off the fabric and I'm just taking out all of the tacks now. I'm just going to cut around here to try and remove all of the seat part first of all, and then we'll go in and try and get those nails out. This does not want to come off. I'm just going around with pliers now to try and pull out where it's been glued and nailed. Do be careful when you're doing this as well, because there are sharp nails and there's staples and sharp bits of wood. It's not the most pleasant part, I have to say, but it'll be worth it. Right, let's get all this off. I'm just taking the springs out now, so they're just snipping where they've been stitched in, and hopefully we'll be able to get this whole top section off. I'm actually going to leave this part, I think, because I think that'll be quite helpful. So now the main part of the seat's off. I'm just going around trying to remove any nails that I can, using a combination of a flathead screwdriver, some pliers, and also I think I'll give this hammer a go as well. Okay, I've got the majority of the nails out. This is in a right old mess, so I do recommend maybe if you do this DIY to try and go for a chair that isn't upholstered, so you can just remove the seat and it'll be a little bit easier. But we're going to cover up most of this anyway, so I'm not too worried about that part. So I'm going to take this outside now and give the rest of it a good sand down before we paint it. And now I'm going to give it a quick rinse off with some hot soapy water. So the chair has dried, and I've got some thick plastic here. This is actually what a mattress came in, but it's really strong and thick. So I'm going to use this to line the seat that we can then fill with soil, and it will be waterproof. I'm going to start off just by kind of layering it into position. I'm just going to pop a hammer in there and some tools just to keep it in place while we cut around it. And then you can just go around and trim off any excess. Leave a bit of a gap though, because we're going to go over the edge, and I'll be able to paint that afterwards. And now what I'm going to do is just go around with some hot glue just to attach it to the top first of all. And I'm going to cut here where the back of the chair is. And now I'm just going to go along the sides just to seal this across. And now the glue has dried, I'm just going to go around and trim off all the excess plastic. So now that that's all sealed around, I'm going to give the whole thing a coat in this furniture paint. I'm going for this ink blue colour, and this is a chalk paint. Okay, so now I am just going to give all of the chair and the plastic around the sides a coat of the chalk paint. And I've changed into my shorts because the way things are going today, I feel like I'm going to end up getting covered in paint, so precaution. If you want to leave some detail as well, you can always go a bit lighter with the paint to allow some of the bare wood to show through. Okay, that's all painted, and I was going to go over this with either some ribbon or some kind of edging, but I actually quite like the way this has turned out. This has gone to kind of like a nice papery texture, so painting the plastic with the chalk paint I think has worked really nicely. And yeah, I just like the way it kind of has these folds going across the front, so I'm just happy with that. I'm going to leave it as it is. But if you wanted a neater edge here, you could go around with some edging, or you could add some pins all the way around it as well. So now all that remains to do is add some soil, and then we're going to plant this up. You could put whatever plants you like in these. You could maybe even introduce some bulbs. You might need a slightly deeper tray in there, but I'm going to go for my favourites, which is cactuses and succulents. I'm also going to sneak in a few artificial ones in here just to bulk it out a bit, but eventually I could grow this into a complete little succulent garden and have it outside. So I'm going to start by going in with some of this cacti and succulent potting mix. And then I'm going to go in with a mixture of cactuses and succulents, and I've got a few artificial plants in the mix as well, as I mentioned, just until I get some more real ones. Or you could of course go for all artificial ones if you wanted to have this indoors or even outdoors if you aren't so keen on caring for plants. But yeah, feel free to customise this however you like. I'm also adding some of these Hebes, I think they're called, to the back just to bulk it out a bit. I think we want a bit of height back there. I just wanted to quickly show you these as well. These are some succulents that I propagated. I know that Dainty's done a similar thing as well. So these have all grown from individual leaves off a succulent. So what I could do going into the summer is add some of these into the mix, and these should spread out really nicely and hopefully fill the chair. And this is a great thing to do if you're on a budget and you want to get lots of succulents, because essentially they are free if you've got your first one to get going with. So there we go. Let me know what you think of the chair now in the comments down below. I really hope you like it, and don't forget to pop over to Dainty's channel to see how she got on with her broken chair as well. Don't forget you can also follow me on Instagram. My main account is Mr. Carrington, and I also have my home account, which is Mr. Carrington Home. And if you have a go at upcycling a chair, I would love to see how you get on with it. So don't forget you can tag me in your pictures. All of the links are down below. If you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe, and do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.